Hey everyone, welcome back to Beekeeping with Natalie, or welcome to if you are new. Today we're feeding some of our colonies. It is March 1st, and we had a pretty good winter break. I feel like the last couple of years it's been like we've actually had a real break, but this year it's never like it really ended, which was actually kind of nice because I love the bees. But we had a good winter, and I think we had definitely perfect time because we're a little bit out of practice. We're over here in our other bee yard, and on the halfway down the road, we've got the smoker. So, but good thing I remembered it. We could have gotten here and then had no smoker, which has happened before. And somehow I got stung by a bumblebee a couple times that day. So we didn't end up working very many hives that day because we didn't have a smoker. So anyways, we got the smoker now. It's going pretty good. I did have to, it went out the first time. But these are things you don't need to know. So let's continue. We're gonna go ahead and start opening up this colony. This one was, well, all of these have done really well this year. We had a really good amount of honey from them, or last year, I guess. And this was we combined these with another hive, and they've been doing really good. So we're going to check for eggs, and then we'll go ahead and feed them. We did give them the Hive Alive fondant patties, and I was definitely curious to see if they were eating it. So it looks like they are eating it up here. And so we're gonna go ahead and, I guess I'll go ahead and take it off so we can check inside. I could leave this on, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and take it off. We had a few hives that went through a full thing of these, but we have been giving them like half. All of these should have the fondant, so we'll see how they're doing with that. But I mean, that's definitely more than half, so that's pretty good. I'm not sure exactly when we gave this to them, but it was a little while ago. Also, we're not quite out of the woods yet. We could definitely get some snow until like April. I'm not saying we will, but it could happen. That's at the latest, so we'll see. As I talked about in my last video, I love the snow, but I don't really want it to go until April because I want bee season to start soon, and it's really, really close, just around the corner. Super excited for that, and I can't wait for grafting season, which is also really close, and we'll have more videos coming up on that. One thing I'm going to mention really quick, I'm going to be at the Nebraska conference, and it's Lincoln, Nebraska, I think? Yeah, for the Hives for Heroes. I know Greg Burns, Bob Benny's going to be there, a lot of other people, and John Hill is going to be there with Hillco. So I just wanted to mention that we'll be there. I believe we'll also be selling t-shirts, which I did sell some t-shirts at the Hive Life, but it was just limited. So anyways, wanted to mention that. And let's just see. There's some eggs. There's some pollen right there on that bee. Our bees are just now starting to bring in pollen, actually. And it looks like there is some eggs down in there. It looks pretty good, actually. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put them back just because we were checking to see if they have eggs, and then we'll go ahead and feed them. We're feeding them still, and because we don't want them to starve if we do get a little bit of snow. And ask me how I know that they'll starve, or don't. That might be the best option. So we're going to give them a little bit of syrup, just about like this much. And there's already some sticks in there, so that should be good. And here are some pollen patties. I'm not sure when we made these, a little while ago. But basically I was told to give them the pollen patties and don't come back with any. So we're just going to do that. I was planning to give them only half of one. So let's do that. I'm just going to cut it with my hive tool. Cayman just had a few videos on pollen patties on like how to make them. So you can go check out those videos for sure. I've never done really the whole lot of the making process of pollen patties. I've always just kind of put it in the paper and then gave it to the hives. So I don't know a whole lot on that. But then I'm just going to kind of score it, I think is the word. And then put that on top of the colony. Oh, also quickly want to mention this has a, it's kind of like a feeder shim built into it, so the pollen patty isn't being squished. Okay, we're also going to go ahead and check this one. So they had a fondant in here, and looks like they ate all of that. So just go ahead and take this off. And then we'll check to see if they have eggs. I don't know if you saw that, but the paper just flew, so make sure to pick that up. So there's a little patch of brood, which I'll show you in a second. So you can see, try not to hurt the bees, but there's a pretty good amount of brood in there. There is some eggs down in there, so that looks really good. So we'll just go ahead and put this back in, and then still gonna feed them just a little bit of syrup and a pollen patty. And then just smoke them so that I don't smush too many bees. This one doesn't have, it has a little bit of sticks in it, but not very many, so you don't have to do sticks. You can just grab some hay or whatever, so I'm just gonna grab some of this and put this in there. It's just gives them something to float on so that they don't drown as much. I know that people use the ladders for these feeders, and we've used those before, but I don't like them because one, you can't really see the syrup, whether how much they've eaten it or how much to pour. So I don't like it a whole lot, and it kind of just gets hard if the bees do end up drowning in them, because some of them do. The ladders don't help a whole lot for us, but obviously you could have a different experience. So yeah, I don't know. You can try them out if you want to, but we don't really use the ladders. We just put some sticks in there. It seems to help. All of our stronger colonies do really well with it, and we've been doing bucket feeders a little bit more, which we'll probably do more this year for sure. And we don't really do jar feeding. We do a little bit of that, but not really, and that's kind of it. But anyways, we also do open feeding, which I know there's a lot of different opinions out there on that. I've had a couple of videos on that, just like open feeding, but anyways, so we're gonna go ahead and move on to this next hive over here. I'll go ahead and do this one and see how they look. All of these hives are really similar when it comes to like really anything, so it's really nice because we're able to feed them all the same and get it done really quickly because we don't have to do a whole lot of different things, so it's a lot easier that way. And so hopefully they are also doing really good and they have eggs. So let's just open them up. So we're just doing the same thing, I think, on this one. This one doesn't have a fondant on it. So I lied earlier. I don't know how long ago that was. I guess all of them don't have fondant on them, but I thought they did, so I'm not sure why we didn't give them one, but Hopefully there was a reason a while ago. They were really strong? Oh, that must have been it then. Let's see. They're not too bad. I didn't know if they were going to be, wow, I just jinxed myself. I was about to talk about how they're not very crabby, but I guess they kind of are. It's all right. Everybody's normally not super happy during the winter, except me. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I kind of understand why the bees... Oh, wow, that's a lot of honey on there. This looks like all honey up top. Can't see if the next frame is like that or not. I mentioned in a video a while ago that it was kind of like the first time I was really getting into the hives after winter, and this is the first time we're getting in these hives, I think, this year. Yeah, this is all full, so I'm just gonna go ahead and give them a pollen patty. It's actually like kind of hot today, like it's not just a little warm. This week is supposed to be really nice. Last week we got a little bit of snow. That was, I'm not sure what day that was, but the last video I posted was I think that was the most amount of snow that we've gotten this year, and we haven't gotten any more than that, so anywho. All right. We're gonna go ahead and do the rest of these. So I'm really excited to be back in the bee yard, and definitely excited for this year. I have a good feeling about this year, hopefully. Hopefully I didn't just jinx myself again. Last year we had a really bad year with honey flow, but the year before we had a really good year, so I don't know, we'll see what happens. And we'll definitely keep you guys along with the journey and how it goes. Hopefully you guys are doing really well with your bees and haven't lost too many of your hives over the winter. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. Follow along for more bee adventures and be here next time on Beekeeping with Natalie.